Can't you forgive? Jesus pardons all sin for those who cry out to him. In Mark chapter 14, beginning in verse 66, it's one of the worst moments of Peter's life. He will deny the Lord 3 times. Isn't it true if you had a movie screen behind your head, there would be acts that you have committed that you would be ashamed, humiliated, embarrassed that anybody would know? This is recorded for all history, and it's happened to the very one Peter loved. He denied knowing the Lord. Can you imagine this? The very sin Peter was acting upon was the very sin Jesus was about to die for. He was in the midst of the Father preparing to pour out his wrath in the trials he was on. After Peter denied knowing Christ, the Bible says he went out and he wept bitterly. The eyes of Jesus would lock with Peter. Would Jesus be willing to not only forgive, but restore him? Now in John chapter 21, the story goes on. The answer is yes. Jesus pursued Peter, and he went on the shoreline and he said to the boys who were out fishing, "Have you caught any fish?" The answer was no. They had a supernatural lack of a catch of fish. And when they threw their net at the command of somebody they didn't know on the shoreline, they caught more fish than could fit into the net. Yet the nets didn't break. John, the disciple that Jesus loved, he said, "It is the Lord." And Peter immediately recognized who was on the shoreline. He dove out of the boat to get next to Christ. It was Christ that pursued him. And the way Jesus restored him was to sit by the fire and 3 times ask him about his 3 denials. Peter, do you love me more than these? Jesus is asking agape. Peter is answering phileo. The answer is, Lord, I love you, but not like I committed to loving you. What's Jesus do? Feed my sheep. It will go on a 2nd time, and Jesus will say, take care of my lambs. The 3rd time, Jesus comes down to Peter's level. Do you not agape me, the highest form of love? Do you phileo me? I will come down to where you are, and let's start there. And Peter, he's hurt. But he says, Lord, you know that I love you. And Jesus says, feed my sheep. Jesus will forgive when you turn to him. Not only that, he will restore. Is there a sin you've not forgiven of somebody else? Jesus says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. May you love and forgive like Christ.